Let's continue learning about Pepeke Painu. If you haven't already done so, please watch my first 3 Pepeke Painu videos. In this Pepeke Painu video, we will learn maka kauoha, tense markers that convey a command or suggestion, whether positive or negative. Here is an example of a command. Luka, pick up the trash. This sentence starts with an extra word that is not part of the main sentence. In this phrase, we are getting the attention of the person we are speaking to, Luka. To get someone's attention, we use the amihea e. E Luka. The main sentence, pick up the trash, is a command. The po'o of a Pepeke Painu sentence is the action or condition. In this case, it is pick up. Let's use the word ohi for pick up. The tense marker for a command is e. The po'o, therefore, is e ohi. Who or what is the piko in this sentence? The piko is unspoken. What the speaker is really saying is, Luka, you pick up the trash. The piko is the unspoken you. Let's write it in the piko position in parentheses as a placeholder. Like in English, you may opt to leave it unspoken. E Luka e ohi, or e Luka e ohi oi. Lastly, what is the ave of this sentence? The ave is the trash. Before we place the trash in the ave column, do you remember what we need to include in every ave? If you think back to our Pepeke Henua videos, I mentioned that ave can only be connected to a sentence with an ami or a joint. Every ave in every sentence needs an ami. The phrase the trash does not have an ami in English. If this is the case, we use an ami lauka. Ami lauka are inserted when there is no ami in English. There are 2 ami lauka, I and ya. I is used before nouns, ya is used before papani, pronouns, and ioa, names. The trash is a noun, so we use I as the ami. Now we can add the phrase the trash. Kaopala. Luka, pick up the trash. E Luka, e ohi I kaopala. E Luka, e ohi oi I kaopala. Now let's work on the negative command. Luka, don't throw your trash on the beach. Again, we're starting with the phrase Luka to call his attention. E Luka. The main sentence is a negative command. Don't throw your trash on the beach. The word for don't is mai. The word mai will start the po'o, followed by the action, throw. Don't throw, mai kiloi. Like the positive command, the piko is unspoken. Luka, don't you throw. E Luka, mai kiloi oe. Saying oe is optional in the command tense. Luka, don't throw your trash on the beach has 2 ave. Your trash and on the beach. The first ave is your trash. This ave does not have an ami, so let's use an ami lauka. Your trash is I ko'opala. The second ave is on the beach. This ave has an ami, the word on, which we learned as I or ma. On the beach, ike kahakai or make kahakai. Luka, don't throw your trash on the beach. E Luka, mai kiloi I ko'opala ike kahakai. A suggestion is similar to a command, except that instead of telling you to do something, the speaker is suggesting that we do something together. For example, let's pick up this trash. The po'o is the action, pick up, and uses the same tense marker as the command, e. E ohi. The piko is hyphenated here in the word let's, which is actually let us. The piko is us, and since us is the speaker and the person he or she is speaking to, us, is 2 people, inclusive, we'll use kauoha. E ohi kauoha. And now the ave, this trash, which doesn't have an ami, so let's stick it in ami lauka. E ohi kauoha ikeia opala. Let's pick up this trash. To make this sentence negative, add the word a'ole to the po'o. A'ole e ohi. And last but not least, this piko is a papani, which means that it needs to lele imua, jump ahead. A'ole kawa e ohi ikeia opala. Let's not pick up this trash. Although I can't imagine why you wouldn't. And that's the positive and negative maka kauoha, or tense markers, of Pepeke Painu.